time of the year when they start painting the bridge. St. Ignace on the right. Canada over there. And then behind my wife, over there, is Mackinac Island. Come back. Ago, there was a lady that was driving on the bridge. This is why they got lane closures and bridge closures now, is because it was during a winter storm and she never reached her destination. She lost control of the vehicle driving in actually this lane, I guess, because the wind comes up underneath the steel grates. She lost control of her little itty-bitty car, went over the edge, and found her 500 feet below the bridge. It gets very deep here at this part.
Lost satellite reception.
So now they have lane closures. Mackinac Bridge.
Where there's I can't see anything. Maybe this is not working.
I don't know. 1991, I was up here, northern Michigan, my CAP unit. Was activated to come up here to the UP of Michigan, look for a white aircraft, cloth aircraft at that. That was not at its destination. And this is the place where we had found the aircraft on radar, doing circles, looking for a place to land, because it was caught in a snow squall just north here on route on Michigan 117. Up that way is Newberry Airport. He never made it there. Instead, he made it eventually over that direction by a lake. Unfortunately, we never found him that winter in November. We came back in the spring. I wasn't able to participate in that search, but again, they still didn't find him. Eventually, about 10 years later, I'm already in Arizona, and I found a paper saying that some hunters found him eventually. And to this day, Roy, Captain Brown, and myself were telling our mission coordinator to search in the area where the hunters found him. And if he would have listened to us, we probably would have found him that year. But hindsight's 20/20. It is what it is. Peace. It ain't so much the snow, but the isolation that can be the death of you. Kate Holmes, Army Laundress. This is Fort Wilkins in the Keweenaw Peninsula, state of Michigan. Built in 1844 to act as a buffer between copper miners and the local Ojibwe ensure civil order, and support federal authority and land claims, Fort Wilkins quickly became irrelevant. There was no armed conflict with the Ojibwe, and the region's harsh environment drove away all but the most determined miners. In 1845, Fort Wilkins garrison was halved to prepare for the Mexican-American War. The remaining garrison was transferred to Texas in 1846, where we know what happened there. From 1846 to 1855, a government caretaker maintained the fort. From 1867 to 1870, the Army re-garrisoned the fort with Civil War veterans. Due to limited space elsewhere, maintenance costs led to the government to abandon the fort on August 30th, 1870. To preserve the site, Houghton and Keweenaw counties purchased the military reservation in 1921. In 1923, they deeded to the state of Michigan, and it became a state park. I'm not sure when that was printed, but it says in today's dollars, $1.75 for trousers, $4 for great coats. I'm sure that's even more. Hey, don't mess with that. Put that back. And definitely just made stew.
Let's go.
Funny how the weapons of the time are the same weapons that were used by the civilians at the time. And our government currently wants to take your Second Amendment's right, or even return you back to musket balls. Anyways, the barracks. I should show this to the doctors. Doctor's office, 1867 to 1870. I am compelled by the very high prices charged for food and clothing in this vicinity to request an increase in my salary from $80 a month to $100 per month. Dr. Robert W. Odell, Acting Assistant Surgeon. Hilarious.